this next book. Whew. Okay. The Book of Harlan by Bernice L. McFadden, another new author to me. This book was a reading book, a book club selection by a book club that was started by Dr. Ian Smith, celebrity, I guess you would call him fitness coach, or, Dr. Ian Smith, along with Cynthia Bailey. They started this book club, and this was our first read, the Book of Harlan. And a lot of people talk about, she has another book called Sugar. I read Sugar as well, loved it. Book of Harlan taught me so much about me. It taught me about the Harlem Renaissance. It taught me about when soldiers came back from war, how they fought so hard for our country, came back and had to acclimate themselves back into society, along with dealing with PTSD, something that is just now being addressed. And then, it was so many things I didn't know that there were. And forgive me for being ignorant of the fact that there were African Americans in the Nazi camps. I had no idea. This book blew me away. I love learning new things. So now I feel like I need to know more. I need to know more. I need to know more. And the way in which she wrapped it all up, my hands down to Bernice L. McFadden. I will be reading so much more from that young lady. Moving right along, again, I love historical fiction. This book, Perfect Peace. Let me just tell you about how I came about Perfect Peace. New author to me, Dr. Daniel Black. I'm sorry. I love to take recommendations from women who are avid readers such as myself, because I know we read a lot of different genres and we like to expose ourselves to different things. When a man, because men they read, but they don't read many of the genres that we read. When a man highly recommends this book, I was trolling Facebook one night, and the question became, what one book would you recommend that moved you? And my friend, New York Times bestselling author J.L. King recommended Perfect Peace. Men came on this post in droves and talked about this book. So I immediately went and downloaded it. And then when I met Dr. Daniel Black again at the National Book Club Conference in August, I purchased it. And he told the story. Well, let me just briefly tell you. Sharecropping family in Alabama. And they, they have 5 sons. The mother wants a daughter. She just wants a daughter. She finds herself pregnant. What does she do? Baby number 6, who is a boy, she decides she's going to raise as a girl. She made that she had made a determination from the womb. I don't care what it is. This baby is going to be raised a girl. Baby came out a boy. She named it Peace. And raised this little boy as a girl. Now we all know what's done in the dark comes to the light. When this story comes to the light, as they say, the shit hits the fan. Excuse my language. It literally hits the fan. But then many more secrets come out about this family. Excellent read. I would highly recommend it. Let me tell you, Dr. Daniel Black said that it came from him going to Walmart one night. He saw this beautiful baby sitting in the stroller, in the carriage. He couldn't figure out whether the baby was a boy or a girl. So his mind got to, wandering. He started writing. He says in his travels, men have come up to him and told him that he told their autobiography. That he wrote their story. So how amazing is that? Perfect Peace, highly recommend. Book number 4, Living Anonymous, Shatea Sims. Shatea, I had previously met Shatea, never read anything by her. Oh my God, I think I'm kind of happy that I waited, and I just read. This is book one of a series that I read the first three books continuously, because this young lady, Shatea Sims, could teach a few veteran authors about how to write a book. Let me take that back. Not veteran authors. Well, I guess one or two. But there are some authors out there that could take lessons from this young lady. Living Anonymous. Based in Philadelphia. A young lady. It just makes me cringe to think about all of the abuse that she sustained and the neglect at home. She went to school and was befriended by a young lady who, unbeknownst to her, came from a wealthy family. The young lady went home and told her parents about what was going on to this young woman, this little girl, in foster care, and they took her in and raised her as their own. And she was musically, became musically inclined, and of course there's romance mixed in with just, a lot of drama. Shatea did this in this book. Living Anonymous, book number 2 is Nice, because nice will make you feel oh so nice about yourself. And then Still Anonymous, somewhere behind me, probably directly behind me, is Unveiled. Haven't read that yet, 600 pages. Definitely look for that in 2019, this year. Book number 3, Single-Handedly, Love Lost, by a young lady that came highly recommended from Keisha Irving in her 2017 wrap-up. She kept talking about Love Belvin, Love Belvin, Love Belvin, Love Belvin. Well, lo and behold, my literary twin, Robert, he went to an event and he purchased books by Love Belvin. And then I started hearing more and more about her. Looked on my Kindle, happened to have a book by her. We started reading Single-Handedly. That book made me fall in love with love again. Please go get Love Lost, which is book 1 in the Love and Probability series by Love Belvin. Please go check Love Belvin out. A new author to me in 2018. The next book number 2, again another new author, came highly recommended from another avid reader, Lanika Winfield. She kept talking about broken clocks, broken clocks, broken clocks, broken clocks. And then again, Chris Renee, who I highly respect and value her opinion, talked about broken clocks. When I went to the Behind the Pen, where I also met Love Belvin, this was the first young lady that I sought out, because I needed to have broken clocks, along with a few others, which you will hear about this year. That book, I've never cried so much in my entire life. I'm moved by books. I think these books made me cry this year. I think each and every one of them brought me to a tear. That book right there, I almost had like an asthma attack. Okay, to see a couple go through so much to be together. Her grandmother told her a broken clock is right twice a day. All I'm going to say to you when you read it is 9:27 a.m. Broken clocks. Please go and pick that up. And my number 1 read for 2018, Full Circle by Ayanna Ellis. Definitely was not written in 2018. It was introduced to me in my reading group in 2018. Another author that we admire so much, Takira Allen. One day she made a post that said, if you have not read Full Circle by Ayanna Ellis, you don't know what you're missing. I immediately went and downloaded the book. I think Mary downloaded that day. Robert already had it. And then we were selecting a book for the month, and I chose Full Circle. You know what? Let's just read Full Circle. I was not prepared for what was in this book. This book talks about domestic violence, and like I said, there are books out there that authors who know what they're talking about, and then there are books who, people just make up what they've heard or based on what they've seen. When I tell you, I felt every punch. I felt every kick. I felt every choke. I felt every put down. I felt it all in this book. And I kept telling them, she knows what she's talking about. Ayana graciously came on Diamond's World. I would, if I were you and you want to know more, you can listen to the archives. There's another video that talks about Full Circle, and it does have the link for the show. This young lady right here was very transparent, and it let me know that there was so much more work for us to do as far as domestic violence. Women and men nowadays who are suffering or have been victims of domestic violence. If you know anyone who is in a toxic relationship, who is being mentally, emotionally, financially, or physically abused, please go pick up Full Circle. That, ladies and gentlemen, wraps it up for me for 2018. There's so much more that I want to share with you in this year. I'm going to bring to you a couple of more videos. One telling you all of the authors that I was blessed to be introduced to in 2018. Also, who I am eagerly wanting to read in 2019. Before I leave, I promised everybody that this man was going to be highly represented. He was going to be front and center when I did my wrap-up. Asmia Jacobs, Ask About Me, www.lovebelvin.com, from The Love Lost. But you know who he is if you just pick that book up. Thank you to my literary twin, Robert, for surprising me with this as a Christmas present. He knows just how much I fell in love with Asmia Jacobs. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for all of your support throughout the year. And I'm looking forward to bringing you many more books in 2019. Again, Happy New Year and happy reading.